Hi.
now we can talk about it.
What were you getting over?
Oh, just all the sadness. So much sadness.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about James and Steven.
No, I'm still.
How about
we're
that,
still
though?
having a high of James and Steven. It's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
James said it was fun. No big deal.
NBD.
NBD, and we're gonna talk about One Tree Hill, season 9, episode 11.
Wait, we are Tree Hill Talk.
Yes,
The One Tree Hill podcast.
One Tree
it's
Hill-
our first day.
the One Tree Hill podcast.
Yep, I'm Ingrid.
I'm Liz.
I'm Michelle.
Poor Michelle's looking at us like,
She's like,
What
get
the
your shit together. Get it together.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Yes. So we're the One Tree Hill podcast, and we talk about One Tree Hill, and we watch season 9,
episode
11, titled
Danny Boy.
Danny Boy. Danny
Do
Boy.
we have, because I know of
Sorry.
not
Liam.
looking at thumbnails and all that.
Oh,
Do we
right,
know
right,
when
right.
this aired?
Yep.
Who
Yeah, we
directed
did.
it?
Yep.
Was this He Who Shall Not Be
It was.
Named?
It was Schwan. Yeah.
He Who Shall
I'm
Not
sorry,
Be Named.
He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Do not say his name on this podcast.
You're right. You're right.
No, thank
Nothing
you.
new. Hold on. Let me get all the deets for you ladies.
Is sitting in the dark too dark? Can you see your notes?
No, yeah.
No, I can see
Okay.
it.
It's just balls hot.
Yeah,
so
we're just
so-
relaxing with the lights.
we have to turn the AC and the fan off.
We want to have the best sound quality for y'all. What is it?
What the frick?
What's that?
Some weird pop-up that I got on the wiki site that I usually use.
Liam,
Fun.
it is too hot to cuddle.
Too hot, too furious, Liam. Get out.
I'm a
Hey guys,
blister.
I have a question for our lovely listeners and who knows Mr. Liam the Cat. If Mr. Liam the Cat was a character on One Tree Hill,
Sorry.
who would
Screenshotting.
he be? I think Dan Scott.
Yeah, I think we said Dan Scott, and then Ingrid and I both said Felix.
Only because feline
Just
Felix.
because
Let's see.
he's an asshole.
And he was an asshole. True.
I'm voting
like-
no on that.
Okay. The deets are, it aired March 21st, 2012.
and
My
Michelle's
birthday.
birthday.
Wait, March 21st, 2012?
Yep. Where were you?
How
What
old
birthday
were you
was that?
turning? Hold on.
It's
Math.
25.
6 years ago.
25, right? Yeah.
I was in the city, and it took me to the Statue of Liberty.
Wow, she remembers that.
Wow.
Well, you don't forget your 25th birthday.
I don't remember.
I think that
mine.
might be false.
Oh,
That makes one of us. Okay. And then it was written by Mike Hero and David Strauss and directed by Joe Davola.
oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
it wasn't
So
a he.
not
It's
by
just,
you.
it's like, it might have said created by, and that's why I was
Sure.
confused.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised about that because I feel like he always does the big ones.
Yeah, plus like these are the
His
his
characters.
characters,
Yeah.
I mean,
Nope.
okay.
Maybe
That's
that's, why it was
fine.
so good.
right? It was great. It was a great episode. Let's
right,
just
do we wanna
jump
jump in?
in to that.
Did you take notes?
I did take notes. I tried to take the best notes possible.
Well,
tonight.
before we start, you guys thought he was already dead and we were going to have a funeral.
Yeah,
this
I
episode.
honestly I wasn't
I know you
prepared
did.
for
I
all
don't know
these
about-
emotions.
Well,
Like all the saying of the goodbyes, and I was not prepared for any of it. I was like, oh man, damn it, we're gonna do this.
yeah, we both predicted. Well, I kind of predicted it would open up with her on the phone,
Right,
and he would say hi, Hales, and then I predicted the end. So
you did predict the end.
I did.
Maybe a few weeks ago. Not technically not tonight, but
no,
you
I
did in the past.
tonight on the pre-show. I did.
You said with the hallway and everything?
Yeah.
Because I've heard you say it before, but it's a
Yeah.
great prediction.
Thank you.
And it
Good
came
job.
true.
Thanks.
If you want to hear their predictions, patreon.com/treehilltalk, by the way.
Yeah. So black screen and
I just want to.
the music.
The black screen starts, and as soon as it starts, Ingrid's like, "Ooh!" And
Yeah.
Liz and I look at each other, and
We're
we're
like, oh no. Ingrid's like, I have goosebumps. I don't know what to do. We're like, oh my God, no, this is
even
going to be a
start
bad
yet.
episode.
No, but I was like, this has been the episode I've been waiting since we've been watching shit 7 and 8.
Oh, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, I'm just like,
Soft
as-
poo 4.
like soft poo 4 for so long that I love this episode so much. So I was just like, finally we're here.
No, it was seriously each episode as the weeks go on get better and better, even though the whole season's solid. Like this one was just like the top of
It's
the
solid.
cherry, of the ice cream.
Solid.
I just
9.
have to say how happy I am that Soft Poo 4 has stayed with us.
I know.
And we use it as a normal term now.
Yes, it's
a
you
soft
guys
poo
know
four.
what it means. Soft poo 4.
It's great. Thank
if you
you
don't,
for keeping that.
I don't know why you're here because we talked about it all of 7 and 8, but it's fine.
You clearly skipped some.
You clearly went to 9 first. That's fine. Welcome. But yeah, I just have to say overall though, like this was pretty much the perfect, like for a One Tree Hill fan. Besides the fact that Lucas wasn't in it, I can understand it.
I was getting so mad you kept bringing him
I
up.
kept
I'm like, enjoy this moment.
No, I so enjoyed like it was 100% perfect. She's killing herself. It was 100%
fuck Lucas.
perfect for me. It was like I didn't need Lucas,
No,
but I'm
I
sure
know.
people out there were like, "Oh man, it would have been complete if like Lucas was there." But
Me.
yes, Michelle,
They mentioned Lucas.
they mentioned Lucas. I'm 100%. This
You
was
had
my
a
perfect
flashback
episode.
of him shooting Dan.
Perfect episode. Perfect.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. All right. So
Black
we
screen.
start with the black screen and Julian driving the cop car.
Like a psycho.
A psychopath. I'm like, what is happening?
Like, even though they're speeding to the hospital, I get it, but literally just
like,
crashing into
everywhere.
There's like 2 cars on
I
the road.
know, there's no traffic.
He's just
Dude,
driving around.
and there's like construction, and then he's like, he just was going everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how to put the siren on. Dan's like, in the middle. He's like, in the middle.
Well, because Julian says, I've never been in a cop car, and of course
Yeah.
Dan's like, it's in the middle.
Yeah. It's
The
funny.
veteran
I was like,
cop
oh
car.
wow, Dan's still alive. Oh great. We're going to the hospital, and it's gonna be a drawn out hospital episode, and I'm gonna cry. It's like a Grey's Anatomy episode at this point. You know, everything's super emotional. And then we got flashbacks.
Dan's
then.
having some flashbacks, and
Good
then we
ones.
also have a moment where the car passes Brooke. So
Yeah.
the timeline is like right there with Brooke still talking to the police officer, saying like, "I warned you that this guy was going to attack me again. You didn't listen." And then Brooke hears that Julian goes on the intercom saying like,
My name is Julian Baker.
"I have Dan
I have
Scott.
Dan
He's shot.
Scott.
I'm coming."
And
she's
Brooke's like,
"Pshoo."
drops the blanket and goes.
I liked that.
Yeah.
So that was
Which flashbacks did we get then? Did any?
flashbacks
I
of-
just put flashbacks.
What flashbacks of Keith?
Keith.
That's what I-
Dan shooting Keith, right?
Was it
a
just him?
flashback?
And
I think so.
yeah.
That's
It was
what I wrote.
just Dan doing shitty things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan
You
doing
know,
shitty
We
things.
pretty much saw. I think wasn't that when we have the Lucas flashback?
I
Did
think
start
so.
out with Lucas. Like one of them definitely started with like Lucas in it.
It was like a Lucas flashback,
Yeah.
I think, right at the beginning.
It might have been, yeah.
And then we have. the
then I wrote
Nelly
Keith
reunion.
flashback.
Yeah,
Right.
so
So okay,
that's what
so
I
that
just
was
said,
the
yeah.
Keith one. All right, and then
Yeah.
yes, now Nelly.
Nelly.
Oh, Nelly feels.
I want Michelle
Oh,
to
Nelly
give her
feels.
because I like her notes.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that wasn't yet, right? That was the
No.
other scene, but this was still like
No,
so.
but I have 3 hearts.
Right, the hearts. This is the hearts notes.
I do that a lot too.
Haley Rush is in the
Like
hospital.
the scale. That's
Yeah.
my scale. 3 hearts. I do that too.
Yeah, and he said, "Hi, Hales," and she said, "Say that again." And I was like,
Yeah, it was intense
So,
in the best way. You're just like
And then-
yes,
and we get
always and forever.
yeah,
Yes,
always and forever.
"Thank you for coming home."
It just
And
all,
he said always.
all and forever. it was tough. This was a tough
Still
one.
doesn't beat till kingdom
Doesn't nothing is as good as until kingdom come.
Still the best.
Still the best saying. I want to get it on a T-shirt. You know.
Sapu 4.
Soft poo
They
4.
haven't. I wonder if like the finale, they're all couples are gonna like say their things. Like, I mean, but Brilliant doesn't really have
What is
one.
Brilliance?
Does Brilliant have
Their
something?
tagline?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
Oh, they should get one. That's rude.
They should get one.
They're my favorite couple. Why
Time
would-
travel, go back
And
there and be like, hey.
Leighton technically doesn't have one.
It's you, Peyton.
It's you and Peyton, right? Yeah.
Right? It's you,
Yeah.
Peyton.
Yeah, I mean that's like their iconic thing, but Brilliant really don't have like an iconic saying moment thing, unfortunately, for them.
They're just.
But like in the final episode, like they like look into the sunset and Quay look at each other and they're like, "Till kingdom come," and then like Nelly look at each other, always and forever. So
Brilliant,
stupid.
they just
and
high
Brilliant's
five.
like, "We didn't get one." Yeah, right.
They high five.
It's just,
Mouth and Millie are just
Mouth
like.
and Millie are like,
Pistachio muffin.
They're eating a pistachio muffin. They're like, we're here sometimes.
and, and Skills and Bevan are like, "Skevin for life," like
with a piece.
with a piece. Oh my God, I'm so hot right now.
We should just write the
We should just write the show, right?
What would you make? Oh, we could say it for.
Okay, that's a good bonus episode.
I can't think of something now.
It's a real show.
Like doing a bonus episode with all the ships and like.
Oh, right. We're doing a ship bonus episode.
Yeah, we're going to do a ship bonus episode.
This week?
Okay, sure. No, I thought we were going to do it when we were done. Right? No,
Yes.
we don't need to be done. I think this week's music. Music we liked from the show.
No, superlatives.
Superlatives.
You're absolutely right. I'm lying, even though the episode is up already, right? No. it's not? Okay. Anyway, let's just continue with...
Think before you speak.
Always and forever. And now we get a Clay scene.
Clay is visiting the in-laws, and they look like Santa and Mrs. Claus.
They look like Tim Allen in the Santa Claus
When he gains
when
weight.
he gains
Yeah.
weight.
And he shaves and he's like, ooh, what? And he looks
And
in the
like his hair
mirror.
grows back. Yeah.
That's him.
And
his
she's
wife.
Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. No, but
His name.
No, yeah.
They did say his
Sam.
Sam, and we didn't get him the mom.
May
Mrs. Sam.
2.0.
May 2.0 was what we were saying.
Not Royal. That's his name.
But anyway, Clay is, you know.
He says, yeah. I'm so sorry. He says, yeah. I'm so sorry, and
I want to be in his life.
I want to, yeah.
So, were you guys at this point, right? We meet the parents and the grandparents. I'm still confused as to why he was at that center sometimes for counseling.
Yeah,
He
I guess
stays
so.
there sometimes.
I guess
Yeah.
so. And you're meaning to tell me that Clay has had zero contact with these two people
Well, yeah, because
for 6 years?
he blocked them out.
He didn't remember her parents either, though?
He blocked everything. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole baby situation.
I guess that's true.
didn't
So then they
exist.
come with that territory. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane, but awesome, actually, at the same time. It was not needed in this episode. As soon
I
as we
know.
got to Clay, I was like, oh, no, go back.
Go back, please.
But
I need
it's okay.
More pale
I
Dan.
figured that this was going to happen.
Then we have Brooke arriving at the hospital, and she sees Julian, and they kind of exchange like,
Don't freak out.
Don't
But
freak
like,
out.
I was attacked last night, even though you told me to go home.
and Julian
And I was
is-
killing people.
And Julian's covered in blood, and she's concerned, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, it's not mine." And then she's more concerned because she's like, "What the fuck?"
You're not a killer. What's happening?
Then, I was like, my note says hospital vanilla, and I'm like, what the fuck is it? And then I was like, was there a super vanilla scene? And I remember it's the
Super
ice cream.
vanilla. Yes, she's feeding him
The
hospital
whole
vanilla.
show is vanilla. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Sorry, adjusting my mic. She gets some ice cream for Nate. They only have vanilla,
yeah.
and
She said when she gets home, she's going to buy him 100 tubs of Rocky Road. And he's like, and mint chocolate chip.
and then they kiss, and then
they
they're all
kiss.
cute.
And then Brooke comes in. She's like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah. But it was sweet to see I just wrote, it's a happy hugs episode.
Yeah.
Hugs all around. Everybody's hugging.
And then Haley tells Julian that he saved the two most important men in her life. Which I was like, you're right, he did.
He did.
And so she's like eternally grateful.
Julian gets
for
the
Julian.
golden star.
He gets the golden star of Montreal. Awesome.
He should have the key of the city.
He should have the key of the city.
Julian is this week's
Oh my
owner
God.
of the key
We
of the
should
city.
Photoshop the key like in Julian's hand, like holding it up. I have the key to the
It
city.
says TH on it.
THT, key of the city.
Okay.
Then we have Ted. He opened.
No.
he's-
No.
Quay, right?
We have Quay.
Oh, did not write any of that down.
yeah. Quay.
As usual.
Quay shows up.
Well, they
And
have.
they get the phone call.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So they
That
get the
Nate's
phone call
okay.
that Nate's okay. I even wrote more hugs. And then Ted shows up to visit Brooke, saying, "Of course I'm here because you were, attacked, and I really do love you and I care." Don't buy
But
it
Michelle
for a
and I are
second.
like, something's up.
Something's not right.
right, especially because it's so random. It's like, why is he here?
Yeah.
If he actually cared, like, we wouldn't care that he cares. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
like,
yes.
it wouldn't be made such
Yes.
a production about it.
right. It wouldn't be like Brooke's pretty much whole storyline this episode.
Right.
Then we have Dan. We find out Dan isn't going to make it. So the surgeon walks in,
Ooh.
says they did everything they could, but they just have to keep him comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
Which we knew was
We
coming.
knew it was coming.
Right. Now that, Dan finally died, I know you guys predicted pretty much a lot of things, but back when you found out in October that it was spoiled, Did it kind of go in the direction you guys thought?
Yes and no. I feel like I really did not mentally prepare myself for all these like goodbyes with him. I don't know why. I feel like throughout the season we were getting like some closure with each character a little bit with him, and so I didn't think that we were gonna get like this whole big like I love you, Dad, and Dad like accepted him and Haley accepted him. So I wasn't prepared for that, but I loved seeing it all.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking like, oh, it's just gonna go right to the funeral and everyone's just gonna come to the funeral.
Yeah.
Which may happen still. I don't think so, but
Yeah, I thought acceptance was going to happen after the fact. I also thought for some reason that somehow Nate was going to shoot Dan.
I know you
Yeah,
did.
you
You did think that for a while.
Yeah, I don't know why. And
You must have just like seen an image in your head and just like went with it. And
well, because this goes back to Icon, but that brewery that they shot these scenes in.
The picture that we're...
The picture, and she said, "Oh, this is the scene where Dan shot or killed or whatever." And
I wish I like saw the picture.
I mean, it was right there. So
I know. I like didn't really like look at it.
I know I saw it and I was like...
And so when you said it was in a bar, I like just assumed that it like literally looked like a bar.
Well, no, a brewery
No,
basement.
it's
Right.
the basement of
I
the
know,
brewery.
but like I took it as like a brewery.
Yeah.
So I was picturing it totally different in my head as opposed to what it was.
But for some reason, I didn't think that was the episode where he dies. But then during a panel,
Yeah.
they confirmed he
Someone,
dies.
yeah. Someone asked
Right,
the question
right.
to James about it.
What was that question?
They said, "Do you think that Dan and Nate would have had a better relationship if Dan didn't save his life or something like that?"
Oh,
Dan,
yeah.
If Dan
and Michelle
didn't
and I
die-
went hands up in the air. We're
and
like,
I was
we're
just like,
goodbye.
I was like, God damn it.
right.
We were doing so well too for like the first 2 days. I think this was like on the third day of Icon, and we were like,
Might have
"Fuck."
even been like the last panel.
Yeah, the
I was
last
like,
panel, and we were like, God,
last
Yeah,
question.
so
actually,
close.
it was.
And it was like
actually.
the last question, I think, and we were like, damn
I
it.
was like, God damn it.
It's okay because Michelle and I kind of welcomed it now.
We did.
Because now we were able to accept it and move on because we've built it up,
Yeah.
the tolerance, and yeah.
True.
But Deb walks in with the kids
Yep.
during
That was
With
great.
Jamie and
That was great.
Lydia and the gang's all here. Everybody's here.
All the gang.
Who would have thought Dan would have brought everyone together?
Yeah.
Hugs all around, except for Dan. And then we have Haley and Jamie's talking about the look that everyone keeps giving him, which is the same look that he was receiving when his grandma died, when Quentin died, when
Something else.
I feel like
What
he
did
named three
say?
things.
He did.
Who else died?
Well, he said Lucas and Peyton gave him the same look with
Oh,
this
right.
situation.
Okay, right.
Right, compared to
With
Q
Nate. Yeah.
and Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
So, Haley's trying to explain to him that Dan isn't going to make it. And he's like, no, Grandpa Dan always makes
Yeah.
it. He'll be fine. He's finally being a kid.
A kid, yeah, like in denial, like, no, everything's fine.
Yeah, he usually figures it out. But I think right now he's actually being the kid he's supposed to be and kind of just
Right.
not wanting to believe it.
Right.
Which is still, like, freaking traumatizing for this
Very much
for
so.
this kid. Then we have...
Nate, he goes and sits with Dan.
Nate saying how it's his fault.
All his fault.
And he's feeling guilty and...
And we see, I think this is the montage where we see all the chokeholds
Yeah.
that Dan gives. And I love when Nate walks in and Dan goes, wow, who died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
And yeah, that's
And
when
they
we have
said
the
something
flashbacks.
about like friends and family, and Dan said, I didn't know I had either.
Yeah.
I just wrote down I didn't know I had either, so I don't remember exactly what
Right.
they said to him, but I remember being like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
because Nate says there's people here that want to see you, and he's like, the cops? And he's like, no,
No,
friends and family.
right.
Yeah.
And that's when he says, I didn't know I had either. And
Yeah,
then
I
Jamie...
think this is the flashbacks with Dan trying to kill himself.
and then Jamie comes in, and he's talking with Dan,
Oh.
and it's just...
He's like, after this, you're going to come back to our house and live with us for a little bit.
Right. He
like,
thinks they're going to go camping.
I'm not getting out. Oh.
Oh, somebody's hungry.
Wow, Liam. He's very verbal tonight.
Very verbal. Then we have Nate and Clay, and I love this scene where he's like, "You have a son," and he's like, "You were kidnapped," and
Yeah.
Nate even said, like, "I thought I was gonna have the craziest story," but and then he kept saying, "You have a son,"
And he was like, yeah, and I was kidnapped.
and then they're both kind of sitting there after they had their little conversation, and Nate's like, "I was kidnapped," and Clay's like, "I have a son,"
Yeah.
and then it like pans away.
And Clay says, he's like, oh man, it should have been me. And he's like, no, if it was you, Dan wouldn't have saved you.
I
He
know.
hates you.
Dan doesn't like you.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
that
funny.
was really funny.
Yeah, I wrote that too. He wouldn't have saved you, and I wrote LOL.
Yeah.
So true. Then Quinn and Haley and Clay, I just wrote hugs.
That's what I wrote,
And they
yeah.
talk about Logan a little
Right,
bit.
a little bit.
Yes.
And she's like,
Haley's like, oh my God, Clay has a son? Congrats, Daddy, and all
Yeah.
the things.
His name's Logan.
Logan.
cute.
Cute.
So cute. Then I wrote Ted,
No business.
no business.
what I
No
wrote.
business. He just wants to hang out with his daughter,
He's concerned.
which is bullshit. Especially when he's like, I'll cook dinner tomorrow.
Right?
I'll throw steaks on the... And then
Yeah.
tells a story about Brooke when she was little.
And she's like, huh, all right, Dad, thanks. And
Yeah.
drinking the wine.
At first she's so excited, and then it slowly starts to sink in. She's like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's up. And then we have Lydia.
Oh my God, this scene.
Oh,
This
my
is-
God, this
On
is
the rating
scene.
scale, Michelle rated there's 3 crying faces.
Yeah, this was really, really tough to watch.
Yeah. This is
In like the best
probably-
way, though.
This is what broke me the most.
Yeah.
And I don't know why this scene, compared to the Keith stuff,
Yeah.
this scene broke me the most.
because it's so real.
It's so real and raw, and like thinking about your partner, like all the things that she was saying. You're like, oh my God, like how could you imagine your life without this person?
Right.
right.
Like,
right. So she's sleeping.
God.
She's sleeping, and Nate like shakes her awake, and
He's
she's
like,
like,
"Oh my
"Look, Lydia's walking." And then she just breaks down because she's like, "I've been holding it together for weeks now, and he's finally back." But she's thinking about everything she was going through while
Yeah, and
he
Lydia was walking.
Lydia was walking. He wasn't there, and then she started thinking about what her life would be now if he doesn't come back. And I think she just finally like opened the floodgates of
Yeah.
everything she was keeping in because she was trying to be strong.
yeah. And Nate says like, on the reason why I got through it is that like I was thinking about you the entire time.
Yeah.
And that's what got me
And
through
kept
it.
him going. Super emotional.
Right? Oh my God.
But that's
kills
the thing,
you.
though. It's those little things.
Well, yeah, you put yourself in that situation. Speaking of husbands we love so much.
Husband just really cranked up the television.
It's watching Rick and Morty.
It's better. It's better now.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's super, like those little moments that make you realize how significant your emotions can
Right.
come out.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Julian.
Julian is in the soundstage, and what book does he pull out?
The Unkindness of
Unkindness
Raven.
of
We're like,
I was
And
like, oh,
I
none.
could not roll my eyes any harder.
Ingrid's like, stop talking about Lucas.
Focus on what we have.
I was.
scold us.
She did. She
I
scolded
just,
us a little.
I was just like, Keith's here, and everyone just wants Lucas.
No.
You already got him. Get over it.
Yeah, no, it's so true. We got it.
We got it already.
On pre-show, Michelle and I said, like, that's probably the end of Lucas, and that's okay. We've said his name so many times so far in this episode.
I know.
But Julian loves that book, and we were talking about it when we first met Julian. That was the whole
That's what made him fall in
thing.
love with Brooke.
Yeah, he fell in love with Brooke, and he saw Peyton and Lucas again, and
Yeah.
everything was really weird at that point.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. But we didn't
he's
get
just
there yet.
reading
He just
it.
looked at the book.
he's just looking
He
at
loves
it.
the book.
Then we have
I have like a quick scene of Nate and Jamie playing cards, and
right
Clay is
outside
watching
there.
because he's like, oh, that's me now.
Wow.
I have a
Yeah,
son.
and also
I could do
like
that.
he did talk to the therapist about sort of being jealous of their relationship, and now it's kind of like, oh, full circle. Like I can watch them, but now I have that myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
He didn't know yet.
Yeah, he
had
just
that.
didn't know.
Yeah.
He just didn't know you there.
Just he had no idea. Then Julian arrives with Ted and Brooke, and he mentions the fact that he wants to do the TV show
Interesting.
for an unkindness of Raven.
Interesting.
He thinks it'd be
Fine.
better
Totally fine.
as a show. Then we have Clay. He's back at the in-laws' house saying, "Look, I want to be a daddy now." Pretty much, that was the scene.
Sam,
Yeah, that pretty
That
much
was pretty much it. Like,
yeah,
let
walking
me-
to the mailbox.
Right.
And
I
walking
want to
back.
see Logan. I'm ready.
The dad says, "No, nothing. Not a word. He just smirks.
And we kind of had a close up of his face, like he
Yeah.
was thinking, but that
Yeah,
was it.
that was it.
That was about it.
Like, I guess I'll give this child back to
Okay,
his father.
Sam.
All right, Santa, chill.
Santa.
Then we have Ted again, and he finally confesses that there's an offer to buy Baker
To
Man.
sell Baker Man.
Yeah, to sell Baker Man to someone that is interested in buying it.
Yeah.
And
Even
Brooke's
though it doesn't
like,
exist.
light bulb, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Which is so sad because this all took place at the table. We had that
Right.
cut with Clay. But Brooke said, like, this day is too good to be
Yeah,
true.
she does.
She's
She
so
does say
happy.
it.
Nate's
She's, like,
home.
waiting
her
for the other
father's
shoe to
here.
drop. Yeah. She was right.
She can't believe it. And then we have a scene where Dan, they were both kidnapped. Both Jamie and Nathan
Yeah,
were both
they're
kidnapped.
playing Go Fish,
Yeah.
Nate and Jamie.
And
They're talking about Dan.
they're saying how Dan saved them both from being kidnapped.
Yeah.
And
That's when he
Jamie, Jamie says he's going to tell Lydia.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, you haven't told her yet, right? I'll tell her.
said, "It's better to
She's
come
won.
from me."
Yeah, it's better if it comes from me. And Nate's like, oh, son.
Yeah.
That look of like, oh, poor child. You've been through so much.
Oh, then I wrote now this is when Dan has the dying segment. So
I
it must
also-
have been other flashbacks
Yeah,
before.
I put the best of Dan Scott montage, but I didn't write down what actually.
I know. I should. It was hard because there's so many and they're all great and you just want to watch them. So writing them down is a little difficult.
And Haley walks in and says, Lucas is not coming.
I talked to Lucas. He's not coming.
I was like,
I'll take it.
and Michelle
yeah.
like, okay, it's fine. Totally fine.
Was
we
it
didn't
fine?
expect him.
was it fine? Because everyone just kept bringing up Lucas.
She hates us.
Addressed though, because in this story, Lucas had the kids. Lucas's father's dying. I know it's Dan and whatever, but they should mention him.
Right.
And they
like
did.
he is
And
the
they did.
son. And they did. And
That's
that was
all I
fine.
was asked. Just mention it.
Right. Agreed.
saying.
And then Dan starts going into how he's so sorry that he took Keith from Haley because that was a huge part of her life too. He never apologized for that.
Right. And then he says, you're the best thing that's ever happened to him.
And that's so true. And that's so
And that he's happy he was proven wrong.
wrong. Yeah. That was really beautiful.
This scene was also.
This one.
Is
and
when they
then,
start
you
putting
know,
the knife in, like,
and then Joy is just like pouring tears. I'm like, fuck.
And then I don't know about you guys. All I kept thinking, I'm like, they're such close friends in real life.
I know. I was like, that's probably why
That's all
it's
I
like such real raw emotions for them because like they
Yeah.
are wrapping this up.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
it's
thought
sad,
about that too.
you know? I'm sure like the last episode's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
9 years with these people, so.
But at this, also in this scene, he holds Lydia.
Yes.
And then Jamie's like, I thought I could be strong.
Oh my god, this
I was
one
like, don't show me
killed
kid tears.
Yeah. No, this
No.
really killed me. And he just like breaks down into Dan's arms and then Haley's crying because she's like, oh my god, this is so sad.
But she said she will let them know,
Who he is
and
and
how much he loved his
grandkids.
grandchildren.
Yeah, I had a lot of tears. Yeah.
Then we have Clay and Logan. And Logan says, sassy, well, why didn't you?
Got him an X-Jet.
Like, why didn't you come get me?
He did this like fast turn of the head, like,
Yeah.
why
Huh?
didn't you?
Why didn't you?
Skirt.
Like, little roll of the eye. Like, cute.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, but like now I found what I was looking for. And then Logan's like, okay.
Yeah, well, because
Daddy.
he's like, well, what if you wander away again? He was like, well, I wasn't wandering away. I was looking for something, and I did find it, and it was you.
And it was you. I actually genuinely liked that.
Yeah.
I shit on it, but I thought it was cute.
You did shit on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just now I did. But when I'm watching it, I was like, that was cute. In case you guys are wondering if you don't listen to commentary.
Then I just wrote Brooke and Julian.
Yeah, I put Ted's a horrible
Same,
father.
and it just said, are you okay? And,
Yeah.
you know,
A cute, brilliant moment, right?
it's a quick scene in the baby's room.
And then one of my favorites, Am I in Hell? When he sees Deb.
And Deb's like, not yet.
Oh, so good. They're back and forths with this.
Love it.
And Deb says, you did a good thing, Dan.
Yeah,
and,
he's alive because of you.
and Dan's like, I wouldn't have stopped until I saved him.
But he also says you have to stop blaming yourself for Keith's
Keith.
death.
Yeah.
Which I never really put too much focus on that she
Same.
holds herself so guilty for it.
But also,
yeah, she
like,
does.
we don't get to see Deb all that much. I'm sure if, like, they made her a bigger part of the show, that would have been something that she
Yeah.
harbored
Well,
on. But
when-
the fact that we haven't seen her, like, you don't
Right.
think
Like
about it.
when she was on, like, when she was addicted to her pills and stuff, she was obviously, like, self-medicating.
Yeah, she was going through it.
And dealing with... She did feel guilty because technically she was the one that triggered his death
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
her attempt at killing Dan is what made him think that Keith tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's what kind of, even though honestly, we didn't get there yet, but when he explains to Nate why he did it,
Yes.
It has
which is
something to
the
do with her.
which is the first time we actually get a full explanation and it like inside his brain as to why he did it. Either way, it was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether or not
Exactly. He's
Deb-
always been jealous. And
yeah, whether or not Deb had attempted that to kill him, it would have happened because something else would have set him off.
Right.
Right.
So it was good that he told Deb that.
Yeah, and I just love the last exchange of how
how
about
about
one
one-
for old time's sake?
Yeah, I loved that.
Like, yeah, daddy boy.
And she's like, ugh, I guess I'd have to do. He's like, you'd have to do all the work though. She's,
She's
like,
like,
well, obviously, I always did.
She's like always.
So good.
I loved it. Yeah.
Then we have Nellie.
Talking
how
about
did
loss,
Haley do it?
Right?
Yeah.
How did deal with death and losing both of her parents? And Nate's like,
Right.
I never had to worry about this because I was not close with mine.
Right.
How did I do it?
Yeah, and then he's saying how he still doesn't understand why he's feeling like this, and he feels guilty with time wasted hating him.
Yeah.
And
Which I understand.
right, and she's feeling like, and she's telling him like it's because you're a good man, and that's why.
And that you should say have your
You should get your
goodbyes
closure.
and get closure. And that I think all three of us were like,
Oh,
here we go.
yeah. We were like, oh,
we
God,
go.
here we go.
Yep. Then we cut to Brooke, and she says, "I'm not going to sell it," and she kicks Ted out.
Get out.
Get out.
That's
Pretty
pretty much it.
Pretty much,
I mean,
like,
sums it up, the whole thing.
Bye,
Ted
Ted.
has nothing to say. He's just like, oh.
I'm a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suck.
Yeah.
Then we have Quinn and Logan.
Cute.
Quinn is introduced to Logan officially. And
You see Quinn waiting in the car, and then Logan and Clay come out, and they're like
Yeah.
holding hands. And she's like, "Hi, Logan. I'm Quinn.
yeah, I'm your mommy now.
I'm your mommy now." It was cute. It was cute.
Yeah.
Then we're back with Brilliant. I just wrote sweet scene.
Yeah, sketches.
Yeah, she's
Brooke with
looking at her
sketches.
designs and she's upset.
Yeah.
And then Julian says, "I couldn't write a character that doesn't love Brooke Davis." So
Right.
she was like, "Oh, can you just kill him in your story?" And he's like, "No, I just would never even write him in."
yeah.
So
And she's just so sad that she doesn't understand why he doesn't
why
want
doesn't
her.
he love
Her
me?
father does not know her. Never
No.
spent a day with her.
Right. That's really sad.
No idea. He has no idea, like, who she is.
No.
Then we have Nate and Dan, and this is
The scene, the whole scene.
the river
At the river
court.
court. That was interesting.
Was interesting.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't expect that.
But we finally get to hear from Dan why he killed Keith. The whole explanation, like his whole reasoning. He was always jealous of him. He saw Keith have this amazing life, even though he admits that he had it all. Like, he was a star.
Yeah.
He had, like, the girl. But for some reason, he always held this grudge towards
Because
Keith.
everyone loved Keith.
Everyone gravitated towards Keith.
Because he was a good human.
And then Keith started dating his high school sweetheart and
that
fathering his
set
son.
set him off.
And then he just... But I loved when he said that when Keith was talking to Jimmy, he heard it as Keith was talking to him. And when he kept saying to Jimmy, it gets better, Dan just kept hearing that and thinking, you're lying, it doesn't get better.
It gets worse.
It gets worse.
Right. And then he said, but I was wrong because now this is the worst.
Right.
Right.
It got worse after he killed him. And then they played basketball together.
Yeah. And then to me, I was like, oh my God, I hope Nate heard everything that he was saying because this wasn't like a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
What do
in
you guys
Dan's
think?
head.
Did he hear it or did
I
he
hope
not?
that he did. I mean, I
did.
can't imagine him being able to like really like emote all of
If-
that.
What I thought was, if anything, you know, Dan said, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I love you.
And Nate said, you have a lot more people to say sorry to.
Right.
You're my father at the end of the day, pretty much.
I love you.
I love you.
And
Dan
he
said,
was just like,
I
okay,
think
that's
Dan
great.
heard I love you, Dad.
Yeah.
That was my.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
And then.
Right, because his reaction was like,
He was like,
he said it. He
he
called me
said
father
it
and, he
and
said I
like,
love
yeah.
you.
And then he like looks around. He's like, oh my God.
Right.
And they play
But,
basketball.
and then they play basketball. And then
That's when
he
dies.
starts hearing the sound of the
Yeah.
machines. But as Nate is leaving the room,
Who
who
comes
he
in?
passes was
Ghost Keith.
shadowy figure Keith.
He's
And
just standing there waiting.
Guys, this is our first Keith nugget in a long time.
it was a
Throwback Keith.
it was a
nugget.
well-deserved Keith nugget. We really waited
This was a
for
fucking
this.
20 piece.
This is a 99 piece
Guys,
nugget.
remember I put Keith's head on chicken nuggets?
Yeah, remember we met him? We were like, You bite your head on chicken nuggets. No, we
did
didn't
not tell
we did
him
not
that.
tell him that.
No, we didn't.
But everyone always asked us, did you tell him that you put his face on chicken
No.
nuggets? We're like, nope.
We didn't want to get good.
We didn't want him to think we were crazy.
Yeah.
Even though we are.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Great scene.
really all just beautifully done.
Yeah.
And exactly how Michelle predicted it.
Yeah, they're back in the hallway.
And he says, come on, little brother.
Dan apologizes
Yeah.
to him. You know.
And Keith's like, yeah, and I forgive you.
Yeah.
It's all like
It's
all in the
okay.
past.
But I think the most important thing was that Keith says you became a better person.
yes.
Like you did.
I
Like
think I wrote something like
he was selfless in what he did. He put
yeah,
his
he
life
put
first.
friends and family first. And he's everything he always wanted in a brother.
Right.
Oh my god.
Come on.
I love this scene.
Yeah. It was pretty great.
It was
and then,
amazing.
And then Dan's like, "Well, I know where you're going, but what?
Where
about
am I
me?"
going?
And he's like, "Don't worry, you're my +1."
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I chuckled.
And I also love how we see the family around Dan.
oh my god,
I
I
saw how much
that
love
even
was actually
that
there.
even killed me more so than
Yeah.
like
Right.
seeing Keith, like seeing everyone seriously like saddened by the fact that he's not with them anymore. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it
Right.
hurts.
That
was-
presence is gone.
It was a beautiful. I loved. It was just a whole beautiful episode. It was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Very, entertaining for sure. And
And in a weird way, a celebration of his life.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was. With especially the flashbacks and
Even
everything.
though all the flashbacks,
Even all of them, he's
are
killing
him
people.
beating everybody up, shooting people, saying, "I can't be killed," and like all of this, like
And he's trying to hang himself. He falls off the thing.
Just
all the times
him
that
getting
Dan-
hit by the
yeah.
car.
Yeah.
It's
just-
funny.
But it's Dan.
Ooh.
Do you see? I get so excited. I smack the microphone.
Did you hear that during our interview?
Yeah. Dunk.
Yeah, but it really,
But it
it
was
was
the
fine.
No, it
slightest-
was fine,
so-
but because I knew it happened.
Me too, I laughed.
It makes me laugh every time.
Me too.
And especially because I was trying so hard not to laugh.
Yeah, you were like really
it's funny,
careful, and
and
it just like,
But it's so funny because I never hit my face on the mic.
I know.
It's
It's
never
always
me.
us.
It's
I
always
know.
you guys. And then I was like, of course I do it when I have James and Steven.
It's
a little,
fine.
but
I
a
don't
nice,
even know if anyone noticed what it even was. Just
guys.
we
If
knew
you
what it was.
hear, if you heard my face hit the microphone,
Towards the
tell me-
beginning, it's
yeah.
like, "Dunk."
Yeah,
tell me the timestamp.
but it was funny. It was
Find
it was fine.
the mic clunk.
Totally fine.
LOL. But yeah. So
Any
that's
final
it.
thoughts before we take a break? It was just
So many goosebumps.
so many feels. Like I said on commentary, I think this is the most I allowed myself to cry watching One Tree Hill. I don't think
Same.
anything has really touched me quite like this episode did. But it's
Same.
like a tribute to the show itself. Like these characters are like, I mean, everyone that was important besides Quay were in the episode. You know, like Nelly, like the OGs, and
yeah,
it was a good way to
it really was.
wrap everything up.
Yeah.
For now, I don't know what they're gonna go into for the next 2 episodes.
2 eps.
You think they're gonna have a funeral next episode, or we're just gonna go over
I
that?
think this might be it.
That's
yeah.
it for Dan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was like pretty perfect. So
right?
I don't know if we really have to go a funeral route.
Right, and
Yeah.
like, so what's like the next
What are they gonna
path?
do?
What is
I
for the last 2? I don't even know what is gonna happen.
Unkindness of Ravens get made. Baker Man
Maybe
takes off.
Maybe that's what. Yeah, Baker Man takes off on Kindness of Ravens, and
Clay takes some time to be a dad.
Daddies. Yeah, and Nate just enjoys his
Yeah,
family.
I think Nate can chill for a bit. He
Yeah,
was
I
just
think he's.
kidnapped
It's
and
not.
stuff.
He needs to just
Yeah,
relax.
he needs to chill.
He needs to go
can
take
have
a
a minute.
long bath and a 5-day nap.
Right, a little staycation.
5-day
Yeah.
nap. Should we take a break and then we'll come back with segments?
Take a break.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Take a break.
Should that be it?
Oh yeah, we have an OC podcast coming soon. You should listen to it. Okay, bye. September.
Hey, guys. There you go.
Oh, hi. I didn't realize. I'm just over
I'm
here.
not
on
even putting
Insta-
my headphones back on because they're hurting me.
I'm on Instagram.
okay.
Sorry. I'm just like beep beep beep.
No, we just want to plug Let's Talk OC coming in September.
It's so many. I mean, it's only a few short weeks away.
Yes.
Cannot speak.
yeah, that's pretty much true. I think projected date September 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So be on the lookout. Definitely check out the social media. Just search Let's Talk OC on everything.
Yep.
Give us a follow. And it should be up around, September 17th. will be the first episode.
It's going to be exciting. Ingrid's never seen this show.
I'm the
Tables are
newbie.
being turned.
They really are.
Or shall I
And
say
if you like
tides?
just want to listen to our voices, I don't know why, but that you like us, that's really nice. So thanks for supporting us.
Yeah. So we're doing the OC. Be on the lookout. That's the next show. And hopefully you will be joining us.
And we're back.
Hi.
I live for this.
When she tricks us that we're back.
And I start recording and they're not ready.
And I'm just like, oh,
We're just like,
my bad.
we're going to start with Letitia, right? As we
Yes.
always do. I still LOL'd last episode when I still didn't know you guys were doing it. And I laughed at I still was shocked that you were doing the music. Even though I know we do the music every time. Even the second, like me listening to it, I was like, oh, it's time for Letitia. I was like, what is wrong with me? It just didn't click last week. I'm sorry. But I did this week. Letitia, yay.
She says, hey, ladies, happy stream night. Here's my trivia. It's a big one for 9/11.
We love big ones.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Dan is the only character to have an episode named after him.
Nice.
Dan Scott is only the second person to die in a hospital, the first being Lydia James.
Oh, God, that was horrible, too.
This is the 185th episode and was dedicated to Joanne Leon Johansson. She was Paul Johansson's mother, who died after a 20-year battle of breast cancer during the shooting of this episode.
Oh, my God.
This is the first episode to feature Dan, Deb, and Keith together since the season 4 finale.
Nice. Chills. Right? Ugh, love it.
The gang is
I
back
mean,
in
that
town.
was the last time we saw Keith was season 4 with Lucas with the flashback, right?
Yeah.
Like the ghosty thing. The ghosty thing.
Yes.
That was it. Right?
Just gotta name drop Lucas every second. Just saying.
God, she's she's
I'm
a
kidding.
Lucas hater.
I'm kidding. At this point, I'm just rolling with it. This episode is named after a song by Andy Williams. Thank you. Tish.
Thank you, Letitia.
I do have a little bit of extra trivia to throw in here.
Trivia.
Barbara Allen Woods was credited as a special guest star in this episode. This is her 75th episode in the series.
Wow, that's a lot, right?
Jamie and Lydia Scott return in this episode. This episode marks the death of Dan Scott. This was Paul Johansson's 128th and final appearance as Dan Scott in the series.
Oh, final appearance.
Well, yeah,
sad.
I mean, he's dead, so.
No, I assume that, like, oh, yeah. Even so, like, the
Were you hoping for Ghost Dan?
No, I was, like, thinking, like, oh, if they do, like, a lot of flashbacks, but technically they're already done.
Flashbacks.
So
Yeah,
they're
they're
flashbacks,
filmed.
so.
Yeah.
Craig Schiffer isn't credited as a special guest star in the opening of this episode to maintain the surprise,
I appreciate that.
but his name appears in the closing credits.
Thank you.
He returns after a 5-year absence.
5 years.
And this is his 48th appearance as Keith Scott in the series. And then it just says, Lee Norris, Lisa Goldstein, Stephen Coletti, and Tyler Hilton do not appear in this
No,
episode.
they do not. But it wasn't needed.
This is the first episode this season to not feature Chris, though.
Oh, wow. He's been in every single one.
As we were going through, I mean, it wouldn't have made sense, but I'm like, oh, we had no little Chris Keller. in
No,
this
he just
episode.
took off. He's still running.
He's so.
And
You can't get it.
Aw.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you,
was great.
Letitia. I loved the trivia. It's my favorite part.
Yes, thank you so much.
Do we want to just jump right and do favorite character? Ugh, that's a hard one. I feel like everyone's my favorite character
I
in
have
this
mine.
episode.
I mean,
Right? Oh,
I'm going to give...
you're gonna do an
Do you have
honorable
5
mention.
honorable mentions?
mention, blue ribbon. You only get an honorable mention and a blue ribbon,
And the key to the city.
and the key to
Julian.
the city.
Okay.
We already established Julian gets the key to the city, so you
that's
have to you have to do only
sit
one
in-
honorable mention, and then you can give a blue ribbon. That's what we've been doing.
Okay, so
But favorite character on 3.
Yep.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Dan,
Dan?
Scott.
Yeah,
I gave his full name in
Dan
homage.
Scott.
Dan Scott.
Dan Scott.
An honorable mention. It's hard. I think. I'm gonna give mine to Nate.
I'm going to give mine to
We
Nelly.
didn't do the countdown.
Naily in general.
guys.
Oh, Okay.
Well, no, it's too late. You guys already said.
You're gonna say you're Nelly in general, like them as a whole. Yeah, I
As
think
one
that's a great.
fusion?
I like that fusion. Honorable mention.
Their relationship gets an honorable mention.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll agree on that.
Yeah.
And Blue Ribbon.
I don't have a blue ribbon.
Okay. But Julian gets to keep the city, so.
Oh my god, I can't.
The shit you guys do to appease me is just fantastic.
So
just
best
make
friends
up-
are four.
Just make up rules as we go.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, my
so
ears are
hot.
so hot right now.
So hot right now.
We're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
No, it's okay.
so spitzing.
I
How
have a favorite outfit.
You do? I
do you? Nothing
it-
stands out to me.
It's,
Me either.
I love Brooke's outfit.
The
with-
red skirt,
and
the red heels.
this simple long sleeve, kind of casual
It was very casual.
sweatshirt.
I almost
but didn't
didn't
have a hood.
expect her to have a skirt on the bottom because it was so casual.
See, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's something I would wear. So I give tops off to you.
That's the only
Tops.
outfit.
Tops off?
Tops off. Hats off.
Hats off. Tops off.
Let him out!
Just let the girls. I mean, we're really hot right now, so.
I think that's what I'm thinking about.
That's the only outfit that I actually like recognized. I can't think of anyone
I
else's
can't
outfits.
remember.
I wasn't focused on fashion.
No, that was
Yeah.
not focused on that.
You know, Dan's
I have a
hospital
bunch.
gown.
I have a bunch of favorite quotes. I loved when Dan said, "Am I in hell?" when he wakes up
right.
and sees Deb.
I loved high heels.
High heels. That really gave me chills.
Always on forever.
Always and forever. I
You're
love
my
it.
plus one.
You're my plus one, and how Dan wouldn't save you because he hates you. I thought that was hysterical.
very
I
good.
really like LOL.
And then I liked your father. You were kidnapped.
Yeah,
About 5 times they kept saying that.
yeah, that was funny. I think that's it.
There's a lot of
There was just a lot of, Danny boy saying funny things and
Danny boy.
then sad things. Everything was like nice.
Yeah.
Good quotes.
Good quote.
Keith.
Oh my gosh, we didn't shout out Keith.
I know. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Was the blue honorable mention? I thought should have been Keith actually, and then Nelly could be the blue ribbon, but Keith should be the
my
honorable.
system works.
Yeah,
Just adding things.
it's tears. No, I
Listen.
really wanted Keith to be in there. I literally just forgot about it.
Deb should have a gold star.
She should get one too.
Yeah, we
She's
can give her a
back.
gold star.
A gold star sticker. Right there.
Yeah.
We didn't do least favorite, but I don't think it's necessary at this
Least
point.
favorite.
No, I don't have a least.
I don't have a
favorite.
least favorite. I love them all equally in this episode.
I mean, if anything, I would Clay, but I understand it's a sweet moment. No, but I don't mean it in a negative way.
I know. It's just it wasn't as
Out of the
entertaining
list.
as
I mean,
It's at
if
the
I know
bottom.
we usually do Maine, but we could say Ted.
We could. Oh, Ted. We could say
Oh,
Ted.
what
Yeah,
a
yeah. He's a shithead.
3, 2, 1.
Ted.
Go team.
Go
Ted
team,
sucks.
go.
Yeah,
Is that everything?
that is.
Can we get the title for next week? We're doing that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Titles.
Every week. Are we doing that? Next
my
week's
gosh.
episode, our
12,
second
remember?
to last.
Oh my
my
god.
gosh.
That's sickening.
What are we gonna
Like,
do
I'm gonna
without
vom,
one dream
Throw
in
up
our
and
lives?
cry and shit everywhere.
Then we
All 3 things.
all the things. It's
things
like
coming out of every
shit
orifice.
no evil, cry no evil. What was the last one? There's
See no
throw
evil?
up.
throw up no evil. There you go. The 3 of them.
Right.
They're all gonna happen.
Anyway, back to the title. Anyone who had a heart.
Oh.
Oh.
Man. Yep.
Ooh.
Guest appearances.
No, I'm just looking at who directed it. Do you guys, can I say it or do you care?
Was it Paul Johansson?
Sophia Bush.
Oh, nice. Okay, that should be fun.
Yeah.
Can
So-
we confirm any guest appearances?
Hold on.
The suspense. No. Okay, that's okay. We just got a shit
just
ton.
got
We just
Keith.
got the slew. We got Keith. That's the ultimate. We should not
gotta-
ask for
yeah.
anything else the rest of the show.
You had a Keith, Dan, Deb reunion. I think you're
yeah,
good.
I think we're good. I think we're done. Probably,
I know,
right?
I know who you want, but I'm not even going to say it.
No, I want Whitey. That's who I want the most.
He's on the island. I'm sorry. He's
I can't believe they would just
Island.
do that to him.
Well,
Are they even gonna mention him? Like, yeah, when Whitey passed away, like, just at least give us something.
I mean, would you rather they tell us he died, or if we just never know what happened to him?
I would rather them tell
He's
us
on
he
the
died.
farm. He's on his farm, living his retired ass life.
Somebody
really
survived the cancer.
I guess so. Or not.
Or not.
But I really was like pushing for him to be a guest star in this episode.
I know, me too.
Because I felt like it would have been fitting. But it's okay.
Yeah.
The Keith Nugget made everything better. Should I shout out our iTunes reviews? We've got quite
so
a
many,
few.
a plethora. I'm just reading this.
And I screenshotted them, and then I realized that I didn't open them, so I was like, "Shit!" I'm just gonna read them from the iTunes itself. I'll start from. Oh, hey, it's Ingrid5 said a heart. It's so weird.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Wow.
They also said love it. That's awesome.
Shout out to that girl.
So this review is by Poodle Pop 12. Cute name.
12.
And they say the best One Tree Hill podcast with 5 stars.
Hell yeah.
They say if you are a fan of One Tree Hill, this is the podcast for you. I am so sad it is coming to an end, but these girls are the real deal and have an entire podcast network to look forward to.
Shout out.
I know, right? So sweet. If you're just getting started with the first season of the podcast, stick with it as the tech and an audio improves. Spoiler alert. The format also changes to one episode recap, which is awesome. I was an original One Tree Hill watcher, but never finished it past season 6. However, this podcast made me want to watch all 9 seasons, and I love what the ladies bring to the recaps. It's been fun to follow along with an original watcher and 2 newcomers. Also, the way these ladies handled the he who shall not be named was super classy. Ingrid, Liz, and Michelle have created a very fun and interactive podcast experience that all One Tree Hill fans will enjoy. Thank you so much. That was extremely sweet, and I love how you went into in-depth about how we are better now than we were 2 years ago.
Holler.
So thank you for sticking on the train with us.
Thank you.
The next review is by DJ Wide76. They say, just found the podcast with 5 stars. I've been a huge One Tree Hill fan since I first watched it in 2015. I've watched all episodes twice, going on 3 times. Love the podcast so far. Pumped for when you guys start the OC podcast. Liked that show too, with a thumbs up.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Another review, literally me, 95.
Literally me.
Literally me. A must listen for any One Tree Hill fan, also 5 stars. When you've rewatched One Tree Hill as many times as I have, it's great to gain a fresh perspective on the show. I love the intelligent discussions these women have about each episode and often find myself laughing out loud with their wit.
Good.
With this podcast comes a community of other listeners, among with our own inside jokes and ship names that add another bond among One Tree Hill fans. Definitely take a listen. I guarantee you'll be hooked. That makes my heart explode. That's so sweet. That's exactly why we're here and why we do it. So, and the last one is from Jeffy Wild. Favorite TV podcast, 5 stars. I didn't think I could get into this show again, but I feel like I'm watching it with my friends. These girls are so funny and great with 5 thumbs up emojis.
5 thumbs up.
Thanks, Jeffy Wild. But
you.
I mean, that was so nice. Just like waking up and being like, "Oh my god, we have all these like new reviews. It's so sweet." And 5 stars. You guys are too nice.
Know.
It really does.
It really does.
We love you.
It was really
so
sweet.
Just
Patreon.
So we do have a little site set up, Patreon, if you haven't heard about it. Patreon.com/TreeHillTalk. You can support the show. We have different levels. If you only have an extra $1 you want to throw our way to keep the show going, you can. It starts off there and it goes all the way up to $100. So there's a bunch of different levels. You guys get the bonus episodes that we've been putting out. We have a lot of those out already, and we have more coming your way, which have been a lot of fun because it's kind of like going back in
Nostalgic,
time.
yeah.
And we get to revisit a lot of One Tree Hill stuff. So those are fun. And then you have Liz and Michelle's prediction show. So I know you guys like their predictions. That is also available. You can join the live streams. You get a little goodie from us in the mail. So definitely check it out, patreon.com/TreeHillTalk, or just go to treehilltalk.com and click support to check it out. And now we're going to shout out all the homies that support the show. There's a lot of you.
There are.
Here we go. Kanye West is in the building.
Wait, did you record that and then synthesize that yourself?
Hell yeah,
Bitch.
girl.
Well,
You're so
Bitch.
technical.
I mean, it's an app, but
this
I
is so
sung
cool.
it. Yeah.
You mean that's not your natural
thoroughly-
voice?
I'm thoroughly impressed.
Thank you.
I can't believe we got Kanye to fly out for just a roll call for us.
That's right.
Oh my god.
He's not busy.
Not at all. I'll start from our Tree Hill Talk sponsor, Brandon.
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 MVP.
You are the MVP. Next level, we have Royal Treatment, which is named after Royal Scott.
The best Scott.
For those who don't know.
Our favorite.
Our favorite Scott. In that tier, we have Jessica, Michaela, Joshua, Adana, Kelsey, Teresa, Rihanna, Kara, and Michelle Lee.
Woo.
Then we have the Trick Team. Sangeetha, Allison, Rebecca, Letitia, and Courtney. The Closeover Bros, we have Kendall, Logan, Amanda, Kristen, Steve, Sophie, Chandler, Victoria, Ashley, Ash, Jade, Erica, Gwen, Crystal, Ryan, Emily, Christopher, Nicole, Mandy, Caitlin, and Katie.
Yeah, damn.
21 people. Sorry, 21 people in that
Wow,
one.
what a group.
Key Scott Body Shop crew. We have Jake, Tevin, Shanique, Jaminica, Keegan, Sam, Erin, Manon, Alicia, and Bria.
Woo.
And then the Ravens, we have Jill, Savannah, Monica, Stephanie, and Grant.
God. Hell yeah.
I love that you guys still came on, even though our show is ending in 3 weeks. Like, we
know.
appreciate that.
Super appreciate it.
It helps us for future.
Yes. And those that were part of the $50 tier, your boxes will be shipped by the time you're hearing this.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
We were waiting for a certain item that got lost in the mail and just hung out in New Jersey for 3 weeks.
Forever. We were getting so agitated and antsy, like, oh my God, why isn't the tracking updating? We're going crazy here.
I think there was a One Tree Hill fan that worked at the post office in New Jersey, and
Stole
they're like,
all
"Oh
of
my
it.
god, I
Because
want this swag."
item. This item's a good one.
it's a
It
good
is a good
item.
one.
It's a great one.
kind of fitting for
right. So by the time this is up, some of you guys might have gotten it by then.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So you guys should have them by now. So if you got it, please take a picture and tag us. If you have Instagram, tag at Tree Hill Talk. We want to see you guys.
THT Royal Treatment. Use the hashtag.
Hashtag THT Royal Treatment, and tag us Tree Hill Talk so we can see that you guys got your boxes and what you guys think. It's a really awesome, amazing box. So it's like kind
We
of
want
our
one.
thank you.
Yeah, we
And
We
want
wanted
do want
everything
one.
in this.
Yeah, we kind of do want one. But yeah, definitely tag us. Let us know that you got it. If you don't have Instagram, you can email us or
Yeah.
tweet us or post it on the Facebook page.
Whichever.
We appreciate it.
We love you.
We love you so much.
And thanks for all the support on the James and Steven episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was so much fun.
We're glad you liked it. We loved it.
We're getting a great response back, so we're so happy that everyone has been enjoying it.
Yes.
Everyone's doing great.
Everyone is doing great. And everyone is running late.
And everyone.
Perfect.
So good.
Perfection.
Love you
it.
guys so much.
Bye.
Happy Monday, guys. Bye.